Well, I decided today that I was going to quit my job because I feel like I'm going to continue to be depressed and have no fucking self-worth and have a disdain for the world around me if I don't start to pursue things that I feel I'm called to do. And I found that I quit for reasons that you can tangibly make sense of, but my heart and soul is aware that it has far greater meaning. So, I suppose the sentiment of it is that when you work at a bar or you work at like service industry, it's usually people who have had to be caregivers or have very low self-esteem and need a lot of validation. And I feel like I fell under the validation. There's also a lot of addiction in service industry. And I was a crazy coke fiend and alcoholic when I became a server and quit tattooing to do that, right? So at that time, like, I was a tattoo artist who wasn't making any money because I didn't have any structure or discipline. And I'd like to blame the economy or whatever at the time, but it's not that. It's you. It's always you. So I get to this job and I'm there for 6 months. And then I get into this car accident because I'm drinking and driving. I'm by myself. I don't hit anybody. But it's so brutal and it like affects my family, my mom so deeply because I had lost my dad previous. So it stopped me from drinking, which propelled me into this extreme spiritual enlightenment, which propelled me to leave my partner of 6 years. And all of these things are happening simultaneously as my Saturn is direct, like at the exact, my Saturn is at its actual point of return. Not direct, but regardless, my mind is holding so much. And I'm processing things almost as patterns that I'm seeing, like cycles of karma that bleed into each other. Like almost people have their own toroidal fields of consciousness that I can't visually see, but metaphorically I can understand. And I'm not only receiving like immense amount of compassion and forgiveness to myself for only ever just trying to survive and mistakes I've made or ways that I've treated myself and remanifested traumas just based off a lack of knowing how the brain works and just a lack of knowing. Regardless, like after that car accident in those 6 months, as my consciousness comes back into play, because I'm also withdrawing off other drugs and shit and introducing new drugs that I feel are more beneficial because I'm still an addict. I haven't like healed myself of that desire. And maybe following your purpose would be that. I kind of believe that it's not the yes I can, it's the like finding something to fucking do. That you're not attracted to that old shit because you're just like, this is better, it feels better, I feel better. I'm not attracted to drinking because I had such a traumatic event happen that I'm frightened. And as time has passed, I've seen all these other benefits. Okay. The point of it is that I've surpassed the purpose that this restaurant served me was to mirror versions of myself back at me, good and bad. And also a lot of different insecurities I had. I wasn't aware of how like I appeared to the world because I have been isolated. I like to isolate. And so this was the most I ever talked to people and met people in like such a short amount of time. And when you surpass the purpose, now I feel that I'm holding back my potential, but I don't have a tomorrow planned. So I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? But these certain situations started to happen at my work where I realized I was getting mistreated. And it was like a trigger that was akin to my childhood, where it's like an actual abuse level, non-negotiable, like you should not treat a human this way. But then I'll get gaslit like that I'm crazy for needing people to have my back, whilst I always have other people's back, and simultaneously the whole world is being catered to at all times because of their sensitivities. And then the type of people who don't really talk about their shit because they deal with it on their own tend to be like overlooked when they actually need the help. So regardless of all that, I found that this situation is not giving me reciprocity. Like the amount of knowledge, emotion, and love I'm putting into it, all these things, my whole spirit I put into everything I do, it accidentally, like, it's draining me because I'm getting mistreated. And so now it's like, damn, do you even love and respect yourself, bitch? Because you just left this man that I literally left the man I was with because I just didn't feel that he had the capacity to understand me, that he hadn't had similar life experiences on such a dramatic scale that like he could not see where I was coming from. And I feel like I'm going fucking crazy, and I know that I'm not gonna, I mean, I can't kill myself. Like I don't feel like you necessarily can actually kill your spirit. So who knows where the fuck I would go if I did that. So I'm just like, I quit my job and I'm going to talk about it. And I feel like I don't want to hear none of you motherfuckers or myself bitching about how your life is, because you like it. You like getting treated like shit. Like clearly I was comfortable getting treated like shit. That's why I stayed at this job. Clearly I felt I deserved that. So in order to change it, like you have to not know anything. Or for me, I feel like I can't wait anymore. I can't wait for some shit to be perfect for me to make a decision. Why am I waiting for another job to be lined up? Like I'm in a situation where my finances are so safe. Like I just don't want to not know. And I don't want to be like, ooh, I'm jobless, but why? When I was a tattoo artist, I wasn't making shit. So just because I went to work every day, you weren't making fucking money. So maybe I'll have the discipline now to actually create something. And I don't know. I don't feel like any of you should be trying to do any self-help shit until you start to change things in your life that you know are not good. Because it doesn't matter how much you exercise or whatever. Like you're still gonna have that thing pulling on you, like this relationship isn't right, I need to move, I need whatever, like you're gonna be depressed. So I'm trying not to be fucking depressed anymore. I'm over it. And it's 8 and 9, boy, it's the full moon. So that's what it is. This is my first video, and goodbye.